Today on In the Woodyard, we're talking about HOAs and how they suck. Here we go. So I delivered an order to a customer. This was 3 days ago now. He called me up and said that he wants to get some more wood, but he wants to make sure that it's going to be available in about a month. I said, well, I can deliver right now. He says, no, he can only take a third of a cord at a time. I said, well, do you have somewhere else you could put it? He says, no. He said, because of the homeowners association that we're in, we can only have 1/3 of a cord, and it cannot be on the driveway. It cannot be in the front yard. It cannot be on our front of our house. It has to be in a rack on the side of the garage or in the garage. It can't be anywhere else. And I said to him, I said, well, didn't you buy the house? Don't you pay taxes? You can kind of do what you want on your own land. He said, well, HOAs don't work that way. I said, ugh. I said, that doesn't sound like fun. He says, yeah. He said, it's just one of those things. He said, we can't do anything here unless it's approved by the HOA. He says, as far as any kind of addition, remodeling, making changes to the house, painting, residing, re-roofing, it all has to be within code, and it has to be only by approved vendors. I said, holy smokes. I thought we won the war. I didn't know communism was here. He said, apparently it's creeping in. So kind of a sad thing. So then after I talked to him, I went and I looked up some HOAs in my area here, and it's like, holy smokes. The rules they have, and if they enforce them, it's not just hundreds of dollars on fines, it's thousands of dollars. One of the things I saw that was interesting is you cannot have a truck or car or trailer or boat or lawnmower or anything like that parked on the grass overnight. It has to be on the driveway. And it cannot be on the driveway parked for more than 24 hours, and then it has to be moved into the garage. So you can't park outside at all. And I know this is true in some cities too. You can't park in front of your house. You can't park blocking the sidewalk. I had that happen actually where I live here. I had my truck trailer. It was in my driveway, but the trailer was kind of blocking part of the driveway. I got a $25 fine because the sidewalk was partially blocked. Like, are you kidding me? I parked there at night and I left early in the morning. No one walks at night in our neighborhood. I mean, a few people do, but they're walking their dog. The dog's going to pee on my driveway anyway, or take a dump, whatever. It's just some of the rules are stupid. So then, of course, because I searched for that, then a couple videos popped up of homeowner association meetings and people that have gone to court and fought things. I couldn't believe it. The things that people got fined for. There was one guy that I saw a video. He heats with wood, and in his city that he lives in, you cannot have more than, I think it was 5 cords of wood. And I think it was 5 full cords of wood on your property at any time, because that's the maximum amount. And he had, I think he said 7 or 8 is what he needs to heat his house, because he heats with wood. And they fined him, and he came and he said, this is how I heat my house. And the fine is that he was operating a commercial operation in the city limits, and you can't do that. He said, I'm not selling wood. I just burn it myself. This is what I heat my house with. And the judge threw it out. So, and I don't know if all this stuff is true that I found online, because you can only believe about 10% of what you see, except here. Try to give you the facts. But yeah, it's just very amazing to me what you can and can't do in some of these homeowners associations. One of the things I found was really interesting is you cannot have a fire outside in some of these HOAs. You can't have an outdoor fire. There's no fire pits allowed. Matter of fact, one of them you could only have gas grills, no charcoal grills. It's like, really? That's just amazing to me that there's that much control, that the Karens of the world are controlling things. It's just absolutely amazing that people are willing to live in those kind of conditions. It's like, man, you might want to move. I would. I want as few rules as possible where I live. So there we go. Okay, so we've got a delivery for 1 face cord. It's for Cherry today. And this is going to a guy that he gets usually 3 loads a year. Now, the last time I delivered, he wanted to get 2/3 of a cord, but he's getting 1/3 this time. He had 1/3 the last time. And the reason he's only getting the 1/3 is that he said he's only got 1 rack to put it in. And his wife told him that that's all he can have at a time. So he might be living on an HOA. Just saying. Anyway, we're going to go deliver the wood. We're going to load it up and go deliver the wood right now. It was there, and now it's there. The load is on, ready to go down the road and be deposited. It's a beautiful load, I must say so myself. This is the only delivery I have today, and I'm kind of happy about that because I have to snow blow at my studio. I already shoveled at home because we got about 1 inch last night. Night before we got about 1.5 inches, almost 2. And then I think I'm going to have to come back here and do some plowing today because there is snow. It's not a lot. You can see it's just a little bit. But if you don't stay on it, all of a sudden we'll get a 6, 8, 10, 12 incher, and then you got even more snow to move. So I find it's good to kind of stay on it. You don't want to let it build up. This little bit I could drive around on. It would actually create a base, and I might actually do that with the tractor. I might just come and just drive around, pack it all down, maybe even drag the blade just to kind of smooth it out. And what I find happens, I know a lot of you, my brother Ken tells me this too, he said the first snowfall is the worst because your ground is not totally froze. Then once the ground is froze, you kind of go over it and you kind of fill in all the divots and the holes and the cracks and kind of even everything out. And then your plowing after that gets a lot easier because you got that nice frozen smooth surface to work with. And I think that's what's going to end up happening here. I see there's a drift right over here, a little bit of a drift down there. So wherever there's drifts, I'll probably push those aside, but then just kind of drive around, drag the blade, flatten everything out, and make it so it's nice and smooth and pretty and smooth plowing after this. All right, let's go do this delivery.